Fernando Pimentel of BehindTheGloves.com here with two-time gold medal Olympian Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields, talk to us about your little brother, your best friend, the guy who looks up to you, Shakur Stevenson. Talk to us about his debut and your thoughts on his performance.
We look up to each other. I think the feeling is mutual. I think he's a great fighter today. I think he looked really good. That was a great way to come into the professionals. I mean, we all want the knockout where the person goes down and their ass hits the canvas, but if you talk about how he looked, how sharp he looked, how calm, how he went from the body to the head, and he showed his class. He definitely got an A+ from me today.
Obviously, I was noticing from the stands, and I saw that his punch selection was amazing. He was incredibly accurate, and obviously he said it in there, and you heard it as well, that he's going to work on his power more because he wants to do exactly what you said, knock them on their butts and get the fans riled up and everything. Obviously, he heard some boos today, but it wasn't because of the way he was fighting. It was more of the decision of the fight being stopped. Your thoughts on that not affecting someone as young as him in this pro game?
Shakur got booed the whole time he walked out there when he fought against Brazil in Rio the first day. He went out there and handled business. Shakur is an overcomer, and he's not going to let the booing bother him. I mean, he's got booed before, and it's not a big deal, especially to real fighters. We're not really, of course, we want to please the fans, but we can't, control everything that happens. So Shakur is fine with that, and we really kind of take to people that are close to us what they think, and everybody that are close to me and him has told him he did a great job at his fight. So
now, obviously, you are a fighter, and you keep saying the word "we," male, female, counterpart, and everything like that. We know the comments from Sergey Kovalev. We've seen the video from your altercation with him in Dallas and everything, and we've just seen how that has played out and everything. Have you changed your mind, or has he said anything from that point in time to take you off of what he said, or do you still feel that he feels the same way?
Of course I still feel the same way. I guess he made a comment to Ward and said Andre Ward doesn't hit hard, he slept like a woman. Now, he didn't say slept like a woman fighter, but when you're speaking of boxing, you are speaking about women and women fighters, and I don't slap. But other than that too, I just don't like the fact that he's been using the racial slurs and how it's just making people think that it's normal to use them. We go through enough being African Americans here in America, and we have problems that we're trying to defeat. And people being racist is one, and then he thinks it's okay for him to come from another country, Russia, and act like he doesn't have respect for anything that happened or anything that's going on right now, and it opens up the door for people that are racist to be open with it, and then to also just use it out openly, and that's not okay. And it's not okay for me to say certain words, and it's not okay for him to say certain words because of his color. I mean, just his race, color, whatever you want to use, is just not okay to be racist toward any kind of race. And I don't care if it's Mexicans, whites, African Americans, Puerto Ricans. It's just not okay to be racist and make people feel uncomfortable in their skin and use to try to degrade them by using nasty words. It's just not okay. It isn't meant to be used inside the ring. Outside the ring, there are plenty of ways to build up to a fight. If you don't know how, you should go look up Muhammad Ali, because he used a lot of different ways. He was never racist, buddy. But I mean, that's just how it goes, though. I just can't believe that it was even accepted for a short amount of time. It's weird.
Now, obviously the first time we saw you was on that Kovalev-Andre Ward undercard. When can we see you again? Fans have been clamoring. Fans know the talent, seen your amateur style, seen everything, but saw your debut and everything and want to see more of you. They saw you on Showtime as well, on Showbox. So when will we be able to see you again?
Well, I fight again mid-June. I don't know who my opponent will be, but I'm just trying to stay out there, really. And if you want to see any of my fights, you can always follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If it's not on TV, it's definitely on my page. And my name is Claressa Shields, at Claressa Shields on Twitter, at Claressa Shields on Instagram, and at Claressa Shields on Facebook. Other than that, I think a few of my fights this year will be on Showtime, and they'll be able to watch there. But you can follow my social media to watch me train. I might even start doing some YouTube videos to help people who are, a little bigger, to help them lose some weight or something like that. But
I'm gonna need that.
Other than that, I think just gotta follow my social media, which I'm a social media junkie. You guys know that.
And finally, earlier today, we saw the little I'm not going to say altercation, but a little face-off between you and Maricela Cornejo. Is that trying to build up to something maybe later on in the future?
definitely want to build up something later on in the future. Right now, I think she's the girl to be reckoned with. You know, I think, you know, I don't think that no woman fighter in today's age is on my level. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like I'm just in a whole different time zone. I think I should have waited a little bit longer to be born, to be here now, because I think that I should have gave somebody else a torch and let them build it up, and then the women that come along, then they'll be more ready. But for right now, there's a lot of girls at my weight, and I can say that Maricela definitely she's rebuilding herself. You know, with her having 2 losses, she still has a fan base and people want to see her fight. So with that, if she feels she can beat me, I'm just a person of making dreams happen. So if she wants to fight and I want to fight, we can make it happen. But I'm a winner, you know, and I'm gonna train hard, whether she trains hard or not. And when we get in there and face, I'm not gonna come up short, you know.
As being the face of women's boxing right now, because you're the most known face in women's boxing at the moment, what do you believe is the state of the union in women's boxing at this very moment?
I think we're in a good state, to be honest. We finally got over that hump of never being on Showtime, being the main event. That is a big deal. And I'm glad that they chose me to be that woman, because when you look at me, you see the best of women's boxing. No matter who likes it or who doesn't, I'm a hell of a great fighter. And just like you seen Shakur tonight, if you put me in there with the fighter of my caliber, I would do the same thing. But if you put me in there with the fighter who just doesn't know how to punch, and I have to work and I have to watch out for headbutts, I am going to start banging. I am going to get the fight over with. But if I get in there with the girl who's you know, jabbing, faking, moving her head, you're going to see a whole different Claressa Shields coming. I'm waiting for that girl to get in the ring with me. Hopefully, Christina Hammer builds up to that. But I think we are definitely in a whole different state, and I think the route that we're taking now, there's a lot of women who want to see the sport grow. It's not for self, you know. It's not just for Claressa Shields or for the Serrano sisters or for Heather Hardy. We're all kind of coming together so our sport can stick around longer, and giving these girls that are amateurs some hope. And like, okay, if you're only making $1,000 a month for USA Boxing, or you're making $0 in the pros, you have an opportunity to build your career up where you can make tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's what everybody wants, and everybody wants to be acknowledged for their gift, as in fighting on TV. So I think we're in a great stand right now.
As she stated, follow her on her social media site. She is a social media junkie. Give them out one more time.
At Claressa Shields on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And Claressa is spelled Claressa, Shields, Shields.
And once again, Fernando Pimentel for BehindTheGloves.com saying thank you, Claressa Shields, for your time, and we'll see you at the fights.
And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking right here.